Welcome everybody to both sides of the conversation. I'm John Henry, Executive Director. Today is Thursday. So you know what that means? It is another educational Thursday where we come here every Thursday to intentionally bring the sauce, the game, the information to the community. We have another phenomenal guest to come talk about some important information as we continue to try to do. So we are excited and we are here. I don't know, y'all. We should be excited because I'm like, I don't know. I'm tired. I've been up all night. I've been grinding for the people. And that's just what we do here at both sides of the conversation. Continue to grind for the people. I was excited this morning because I was tired, half asleep. And next thing I know, I see Suge Smith. All these people text me, John, here we see you on KTVU News this morning. Oh, it was an honor, man. This morning we was able to check out what was going on. We was honored. I was honored as one of the Black History Month mentors for all of the amazing mentor work that we do with our young people in the community. So it was just a great highlight on this Black History Month to be acknowledged. And thank you to the community for the nomination, for all of the folks that continue to support the work that we do, because we know it's hard when you do this work, when you clam the letter, when you call out and do the stuff that we do. You know, you get a lot of shots shot at you. We got to keep standing and keep grinding and keep pushing. And we are excited about the work that we're continuing to do here. We also are excited because we are about a week away, community. We are a week away from our annual bowling event. It's going to be happening. I think we about 550, 600 people already signed up. The last folks are trying to get in. I'm going to tell you now, community, better sign up. You don't want to miss this one. This is going to be the big one. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, with all of the budget cuts, with everything that's happening. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, but this one is going to be the mega. This is the third year. It is going to be huge. It's going to be a great 2-day event. We are excited with all of the other events that are taking place next weekend, the parade, the Black History Parade in the Bayview. There are so many events happening. We are lighting up San Francisco. It's going to be happening, and we are pumped up and fired up. I know there's some events going on tonight for the mayor. There's a lot of folks getting ready to touch down and get to all of the stuff that's happening. I know the Niners lost. People are still beat. I know the Super Bowl is over. Okay, we still going to give kudos and shout outs to our team for showing up. Niner gang, we did what we did. We was out there, and we still got work to do to get that quest for 6. But we are here and we are excited. Shout out to all of the Mega Black folks. Mega Black SF is moving, it is growing. The alliance of folks are coming together. We are happy to see what is going on in our city as more folks are trying to organize and mobilize and change the narrative in our community. There's so many things that we need to do. There's so many corners that we have to touch. We're going to continue to do it. We'll be there supporting and uplifting this work as we wind down the first quarter of this year. A lot's going on, a lot's happening, but you know what? It doesn't matter. We just standing up doing what we got to do for the people, and we just excited. Some phenomenal folks are going to be awarded over the next couple of days. Shout out to my guy Nate, and shout out to the Fillmore ambassador, my brother Ace on the chase. He's going to be getting honored as we continue to uplift the greatness of the folks that are doing the work in the community. And we are excited because next Tuesday for our Hidden Gem segment, we're going to have the young people in here. Our essay winners are going to come on, read their essays. We are happy to just see the young people, the amazing things that they're doing, the creative writing, their emotions, their passion, what's going on. That's what it's all about, community. And we're going to keep doing the work with the people. So much stuff going on, good, bad, and otherwise, but we are here. And we are lifted for this educational Thursday. Brother Mark, you are here. I'm here to support you, brother. What's going on? Talk to the people.
Well, what's going on, community? One love. Brother Mark Scott here, a.k.a. The Voice. As always, glad to be here with the Bishop. Bishop, I ain't gonna lie, man. I missed you on Tuesday, brother, man. Glad I could hold it down, but it's definitely not the same when you're not around. But I do, man. I actually wanted to take an opportunity while I have this chance to give you your flowers, man. I see the work you put in. I see the hours you put in, man. I'm always following you on social media. Brother, we need more men like you. And I just want to make sure that I publicly celebrate and acknowledge you, man. You give more than people know, and there's no reason in the world why anybody should have anything bad to say about the bishop. So y'all gonna keep your mouth off the bishop, because that's a good brother right there. And I'm putting all that y'all better put some respect on this man's name.
Now they got a lot to say about it, but it comes with the territory. You get what I'm saying? You can never make the people happy. It's always somebody. When they say it's greatness, when God show you favor, it's always the enemy attacking the great folks that's out here doing the work. Hey, I don't care what they say. We just keep showing up, blessing the people, creating impact and making things happen. Yes, Tuesday was a rough night. I wanted to be here to help support my brother Mark. As you all know, there's some critical cuts things happening. We was at the school board fighting for our young people, making sure that the programming that service and supports young black and brown kids stay intact as these budget cuts happen. So I want to give a huge shout out to APAC, a huge shout out to Ali, these amazing community folks that continue to advocate for our young people to make sure they get the funding, the support that is needed. When sometimes the folks on the board, sometimes the folks who have to make these decisions, they always want to cut the very things that we need in our community. But as a community, we mobilized and we showed up to let them know you guys will not just take money from our young people. You will not cut the program that's been impacted and impacting our young people in the community. But we got work to do, just to see the report. It's sad. A city of San Francisco at one time, 80% black and brown community, to see there's only below 3,000 students registered in the school district. It just hurts my heart, and again, with the cost of living, all of the changes that has happened in the city, is just sad to see black families can't thrive in the city, and just to see the low amount of young black kids registered in the Unified School District of San Francisco. It just tears my heart apart. To see where we're going in the future, it's a challenge. So, we just got to keep uplifting the young people that are here. We're going to continue to bless them, uplift them, make sure they are supported and have the things they need. Also, we had a phenomenal African-American history and lunar New Year program that took place, the Drumbeat Hearts, at the public library. So I want to give a huge shout out to the Human Rights Commission, to all of the amazing folks who continue to find ways to try to bring our black and brown communities together, especially our API Asian community. As we know, there's been so many things to divide us. We're still trying to bring those cultures and communities together to learn each other, to understand how we could thrive and how we could build up community. The phenomenal young black sisters who spoke Cantonese to read their poems and their information was so beautiful. I mean, it was just amazing. And when they say our young babies are not brilliant and not talented, I tell these folks, man, you see excellence all around us happening in the city, and those type of events uplifted. So shout out to the Human Rights Commission. Shout out to John McKnight. Shout out to all of the folks that came together to make that happen. Commissioner Connie Che, Commissioner Riley, amazing folks, Director Davis, all of the major folks to make that event happen. It was very, very important to our community to see the two communities come together. Our lovely mayor was out there to talk about what was going on. And it was just great to see. We got some videos and stuff that we'll be getting out to the community soon. But great event. So much going on. Shout out to Adrian Williams and to all of the folks who did the Mardi Gras and Fillmore. It was beautiful to see the people out. We was trying to move around everywhere. We was working, doing everything, but we was trying to capture everything in long nights. But that's what we do. And then at the end of the night, the phone call, Mark, 18 hours. I was up, no sleep. Young man called me, feeling depressed, going through stuff. Brother, I need to talk to you. And before I committed myself to laying down, I said, I got to hear this young brother. And just me having a conversation with him the next day, the call that I got from his family, just like, man, he went to school, inspired, beautiful stuff. It's important. Mentorship is important. Continue to be open with our young people. Continue to uplift our young people and do the things that they need to support them. It is about the young people. They are the future. We must pass the torch. We must uplift the people and continue to connect the community, even with all of the stuff that we hear going on, all of the hatred, all of the things that people do to tear down what we're trying to do. Keep pushing forward, keep dreaming forward, keep uplifting black joy, black resilience, black education, and we'll get there, community. We'll get there. All right, with that being said, we'll get into our news and announcements. We got a powerful brother here. We want to get him up and just let everybody know some of the things that's going on, as you all may have heard or may not heard. Okay, in San Francisco, one of the San Francisco drug rehab nonprofits, Health Right 360, had an employee overdose while on the job. When I hear these stories, it's just terrible. These programs are here to help folks, get off substance abuse, to know that their staff who are using and abusing on the job. Very disheartening. And I know some of these programs have been set up to have safe space for people to use drugs, but that's just very terrible and unfortunate. And condolences to the family of that person. But again, as we have a problem fighting fentanyl in our city, we need workers, leadership, folks that are going to stand behind the change of substance abuse in our city. Again, I know there's other investigation things happening. It's unfortunate, and it's sad. Organizations take the hit for the employees, different things. But again, community, we got a lot of work to do. When people are trying to get out of substance abuse, make sure that you leading the people that's interacting with these folks. They are not the ones who are doing the very things that we're trying to discourage these folks from doing. So unfortunate news. More to come on it. Hopefully, more changes are being implemented as we continue across this country to fight fentanyl and some of the substance abuse issues that impact our community. Also, the San Francisco program to monitor crime suspects is felon. With the electronic monitoring, as you all know, where there's been pushback about this electronic monitoring. One of the folks who was released from court having this ankle monitor to kind of monitor where they are was able to cut off the ankle monitor and commit other crimes. So there's definitely some issues and some gaps of service and things that's impacting folks with this. I'm totally I'm 50-50 with this ankle monitoring thing. I mean, it just, when you hear people shackled up, it's just, it just give you the slave syndrome. We already know what the incarceration system looks like. We have to find new ways to help folks who are going through incarceration and transitioning back to the community. And again, it's just unfortunate that these things are happening. And then the safety of the community. If these folks are supposed to be monitoring, they can just cut off their ankle monitor, go out and commit crimes. It's very scary for folks, especially survivors of domestic violence, for folks that might be dealing with other stuff. Very scary stuff. So definitely there's some oversight that needs to happen and some ways to tighten up that program so that these folks are monitored and they're just not in the community, continue to cause harm. Also, 2 teens are in custody, a third detained. As you all know, the other day here at the Kansas City Super Bowl parade, there was a shooting that took place. A number of folks were injured. One person was killed. Again, very scary stuff happening, and it's tragic when we have these incidents happen in parades and things of that nature, because now it's heightened security. Folks don't want to do these things. We have to find a way to deal with our conflict, our anger management, so that these type of things are not happening. But again, 3 suspects were arrested, and hopefully the folks that were injured get outside and get back out here in the community. Again, it's just tragic. We take kids, when we talk about these traumatic experiences with gun violence, young people are out there, young children, when they experience this type of stuff, this stuff hunts them for years. And sometimes it creates the next generation of folks who cause harm in the community. So unfortunate situation, but congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for winning the Super Bowl. Even in those tragic situations, I'm always going to uplift. I'm not going to tear down. And they won and took it off from our Niners. But again, great job. They won. And unfortunate that the celebration turned out in that manner. Also, the California CDC is planning to make changes about the COVID. Before, if you caught COVID, it was a 5-day hold in house. Now they're going to change the policy just like you would with flu, to give you the same amount of time, which is less than 5 days. Again, we know that this COVID is still spreading in our community, but the guidance is changing. Before, they would make people isolate for 5 days and things of that nature, and they're just going to treat it now like the regular common cold and some of the other RSVP viruses mandates. So again, things are changing, but again, community, still be aware, wash your hands, be safe, step back as much as you can, and create some safe distance, as a lot of these things we learned during COVID. Also, we got a major storm coming back here in the Bay Area over the next couple of days into next week. And greatly, we looked at the weather. It looks like our bowling event is going to be clear this year. It's not going to be raining on the bowling event this weekend. But again, get prepared, community, as this last storm came through causing havoc, floods, water damage, and things of that nature. If you are on the low lining area, are you having those issues, make sure you have your sandbags and you are prepared if the flooding happens. And then also with all of the PG&E loss that that folks were impacted with downed trees. Make sure you have a backup plan for your medicine, your foods, as power can be out for as much as 4 to 6 hours and up to 12 hours in most cases. Some folks was up out of power for weeks. This last one. So just be prepared. And I know the cities across the Bay Area are trying to do their part to cut back trees and, make sure that folks are doing the things that they need to so that we don't be impacted. But that is all for the news, community. I got other news, but we'll talk about that later. But Brother Mark, let's go ahead and jump into the events. Let the community know what's going on, Mark. I know there's some stuff going on.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff going on in the community. So let's go ahead and get through these announcements. All right, our first announcement, the SF Alliance of Black School Educators presents the annual African American Honor Roll celebration on February 16th at 5:30 p.m. at the Chase Center. The SF Arts Commission Galleries invites emerging artists to apply for a mentorship and exhibition fellowship. 2 artists will work with the curator/mentor on professional development and create new work for an exhibition. Apply by Tuesday, February 20th by 11:59. For more info, see the link below. And Mr. Predictor Live and Unplugged presents the 30th anniversary celebration with Selski, aka Tutuk, and special guest on February 22nd at Brick and Mortar. Tickets are $30 online. There's a $250 VIP table that includes 4 drink tickets. For more info, see the link below. And Mo Magic will host the Renaissance Black and White Ball on Friday, February 23rd from 5 to 7 p.m. at the From Hall. And Third Parent Family and Youth Services will host the Financial Literacy Workshop Series on Friday, February 23rd from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Google Community Space. This is a free event and is for high school students. Registration is required. And the YMCA and Dreamkeeper Initiative invites you to the Black History Parade and Community Party on February 24th. The parade starts at 11 a.m. from the Bayview Opera House and ends at the Southeast Community Center. The community party starts at 1:30 at the Southeast Community Center. There will be food, entertainment, kids zone, and so much more will be offered. And save the date. Author and outdoor Afro founder Will presents Trailside Talk, Nature Swagger with Rue Map on February 24th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Eco Center in Huron Park. See the link below for more details. And Into Action announces the Black Cultural Preservation Mini Grant Cycle 3. It opened on January 25th and is closing on February 26th. It's from March 1st through May 31st, where you can get up to $9,500 in funding for Black cultural preservation events in the Tenderloin, Lakeview, Sunnydale, Visitation Valley, and OMI. To apply, see the link below. And the AAACC, in partnership with the SF Public Library, host author Margaret Wilkerson Sexton in conversation with Bay Area historian Dorothy Lazard at a book signing on Tuesday, February the 27th at 6:30 p.m. at the AAACC. Complimentary books will be available. For more info, see the link below. And New Doors presents a 6-month paid internship that includes supportive services, skill building workshops, and it is paying $19.44 an hour. The next cohort begins February the 27th with weekly training on Tuesday and Thursdays from 1 to 4 p.m. For more info, see the link below. And the SF Black History Closing Ceremony, 10th year anniversary, honoring Maya Angelou and the SF Trailblazers, will be on February 28th from 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. at the San Francisco City Hall Rotunda. For more info, see the link below. And Legacy's African American Support Group meets every Wednesday Started back in January 24th, going through February the 29th, 2024, from 6 to 8 p.m. via Zoom. Gift cards and certificates will be given upon completion. And the African American Arts and Culture Complex invites you to the Season of Black Art inaugural event, introducing the October 2023 through the February 2024 season at the AAACC. For info or to register for free tickets, see the link below. And Wu Yi Children's Services and the Black History Month Know the Past, Shape the Future every Friday in February from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Bayview Community Hub. This event is free and for kids ages 0 to 5 years old. And 5 key schools and programs will host the Introduction to Google Workspace Workshop Series on Tuesdays, February 6th through March 5th, and Thursday, March 7th at the Southeast Community Center. And the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, San Francisco presents the 19th Annual Golden Girls Hats and Gloves Tea on March 9th from 12 to 3 p.m. at the Fairmont. For more info, see the link below. And because Black is still beautiful, and Stand in Peace will host the Harriet Tubman Day Brunch and Underground Shiro Ceremony on Sunday, March 10th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Southeast Community Center. And the Society for Cultural Advancement invites you to Rise and Thrive. It's a free community impact event on March 16th from 1:30 to 4 p.m. at the AAACC. This event focuses on financial empowerment, home ownership, entrepreneurship, wealth building, and investing. Refreshments will be provided. And the River of Life Church is accepting signups for River of Code. Spring Session 2024 on Mondays and Wednesdays from January 29th through April the 3rd at 4:30 p.m. at the River of Life Church. You'll learn computer skills, coding, building, and engineering. For more info, see the contact below. YCD, Bridging the Gap, and the Bay Area Desperados presents WAGA 19, the War Against Gun Activity, 19-year anniversary on Saturday, April 13th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Bayview Opera House. All ages are welcome to enjoy live entertainment and food. And save the date. Hip Hop TV presents the first annual Fashion and Art Gala 2024 in honor of Chantel Herden on Saturday, April the 27th from 6 to 9 p.m. All proceeds will go to Chantel's children. More details are to follow. And the Neighborhood Emergency Response Team is offering full training from March 26th through May 1st from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the San Francisco Fire Department Division of Training. Tickets are available at Eventbrite. And come out for Estate Planning 101 with Housing and Economics Rights Advocates on the second Thursday of each month from February 8th through June 13th from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. at the Booker T. Washington Community Service Center. Registration is required. See the link below. And the SOA presents City is Mine Technology and Sports Camp. Camp is scheduled for April the 2nd through November the 26th from various times at various locations for ages 7 to 16. For more info, see the link below. And the APRI is hiring a Community Innovation Lab Site Manager. For information on how to apply, see the link below. Kids in the City presents Hair 101 workshop on Saturdays from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Chase Center. All youth ages 7 to 17 will learn about hair and what makes it unique. All supplies provided. Registration information is below. And the SECC invites you to join us at the Hungry Cafe from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for the co-working eatery and social space with delicious bites and local coffee at the Southeast Community Center. And the SFOEWD and the Renaissance Entrepreneurship Center are offering business support services for small business entrepreneurs in Bayview and Fillmore. For more information, see the number and link below. And the Dream Team invites you to buy, sell, trade, or side swap or consign. All sneakers here are sold below the market rate. And minding our own Black-owned business initiative powered by BWOPA Tile honors outstanding Black women entrepreneurs who embody the spirit of cooperative economics. Nominate your favorite Black woman-owned business. For more info, see the link below. And the Dreamkeeper Initiative announces the Senior Home Repair Program with an up to $50,000 forgivable loan to low to moderate income senior and or disabled homeowners residing in historically distressed and underserved neighborhoods in San Francisco. For more info, see the links below. And the SF Human Rights Commission has regular bi-monthly commission meetings on the second and fourth Thursday of each month at 5 p.m. in the San Francisco City Hall room 416. You can also attend via Zoom. And Fathers to Founders host child support clinics every Tuesday and Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 232 6th Street. Receive essential guidance on child support debt reduction, resolving driver's license holds, pursuing custody of your children, and establishing visitation rights. For clinic appointments, call the phone number below. And the Dreamkeeper Initiative announces the Down Payment Assistance Loan Program. You could receive up to $500,000 for down payment assistance and up to $30,000 for closing costs, and be connected with housing counselors, lenders, and realtors. For more info, see the links below. And Walters Wellness Group invites you to the Sip, Paint, and Center every first, third, and fifth Friday, where you can unwind and set the tone for your weekend. Be fueled by tea, creativity, and grounding. Hosted by Dr. Kathia Walters and the Walters Wellness Group. For more info, see the link below. And join Fathers to Founders for Fatherhood Reimagined Therapy Group Sessions, held every Tuesday night from 6 to 7:30 p.m., and they are ongoing. They're located at 232 6th Street in San Francisco. There will be food served at each session. For more info, see the link and the phone number below. APRI is hosting youth workshops, offering job referrals, resume building, skill building, internships, professional networking, and community service hours. Located at 1301 Evans Avenue in San Francisco. To schedule a Zoom or phone appointment, see the link or the phone number below. And come out to Fillmore's Friday Night Market every Friday from 4 to 9 p.m. on O'Farrell Street between Fillmore and Steiner for live music, barbecue, soul food, frozen desserts, retail vendors, games for kids. There will be a dominoes tournament, prizes, and entertainment. Vendor booths are still available, so register at the link below. And the new vaccination site offers the COVID-19 booster and the monkeypox antiviral pill treatment. They're Thursdays from 1 to 5 p.m. at 330 Ellis Street, as well as Saturdays from 12 to 4 p.m. at 1221 Mission Street. And the community living room was open all day, Monday through Friday, serving breakfast from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and grab-and-go lunch from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. at the City of Hope Cafe, 750 Ellis Street in San Francisco. And the San Francisco Office of Financial Empowerment announces Smart Money Coaching, which provides free, confidential, one-on-one financial guidance in English or in Spanish. For more info, see the link or the phone number below. And be a mentor in SFUSD. Join SFUSD's school-based mentoring program, Mentoring for Success. Sign up to volunteer as an individual or group mentor, district-wide. Volunteer at the link below. And both sides of the conversation is calling on conscious individuals and organizations to sponsor our third annual African American History Bowling event and award ceremony, February 24th and 25th. For more info on sponsorship, please see the links below. Also, both sides of the conversation is looking for community members to participate in basketball and recreational activities and mentor youth on Saturdays at the San Francisco Juvenile Justice Center. Stipends will be paid. For more info, see the link below. And would you like to promote your business, nonprofit, or community impact? Then sign up for our Hidden Gems show or share your expertise on an educational Thursday. Or you could also be a panelist on one of our Sunday conversations. And both sides of the conversation also welcomes individuals who are interested in giving back to their community to join us as volunteers. We value the positive impact that volunteers can make and invite you to be a part of our mission to uplift and support our community. And also, both sides of the conversation kindly request your invaluable support for our podcast and community engagement endeavors. We cordially invite you to explore any of our donation links, as your generous contributions will greatly aid us in enhancing our programming. And we would also like to take this time to acknowledge the Dreamkeeper Initiative and its support of both sides of the conversation's programming. The Dreamkeeper Initiative amplifies the voices of and invests in San Francisco's diverse Black communities to reform public safety and address structural inequities in San Francisco. To learn more, see the link below. And also tune in for our upcoming show on this Sunday's conversation. We will be discussing the evolution of Black music in America. And also next week on Tuesday, February 20th, tune in for our Hidden Gems to see our youth. Man, there you have it.
Man, the brother Mark just got us to it. It's a lot, community. I know it takes a lot to get to that, but we got to get to it because it's always great to make sure community has the information of what's going on. Everybody's always talking about, I didn't know this was going on. How do I get connected? We're doing our best to make sure that you get all the information. I know it takes some time to get through it, but it's important that we get this information out to the community. With that being said, brother Mark, go ahead and introduce our guest tonight that is coming on to do investing for freedom. And I'm trying to find out where our back end is with our slides, but we'll try to get them going. We'll get them talking through it in a second.
Not a problem. Absolutely. Let's roll out the red carpet. This brother is absolutely amazing. He's a gift to the community. Mr. Omari Eaton was born and raised in Vallejo, California. His mother raised 11 kids, in which he was the middle child. Now they struggled growing up on welfare, constantly moving from house to house, and lived a long time with their grandmother, who was the breadwinner and provided him with a stable home until she passed away. And unfortunately, other family members mismanaged the inheritance, and they ended up homeless. Determined to change his circumstances, he attended Napa Community College and graduated with an associate's degree, and then transferred to Sac State University. Now he has a small family of his own with a 3-year-old daughter, and he's pursued a career in the financial industry so he could better understand money and achieve financial freedom. And it seems like this brother has a mission to help other people in the community do the same. So, as always, we present to some and introduce to others, Mr. Omari Eaton.
Hello. Yeah, thank you. It's an honor. Mark and John, thank you for taking the time out today. Mark is all the way in Texas, so I really appreciate your time. And John, thank you for having me here today. We have been connected on LinkedIn for quite a while, and we finally connected. So we here now, and I really appreciate everybody that's on this Zoom right now. We're gonna give you some gems, some hidden information. I'm gonna tell you some information that is not taught in school. I had to learn this throughout my journey, and I became self-taught. So thank you, Mark and John, for having me here once again. And can we pop up the slide?
We having a problem with the slides right now, brother. Can I get you to share your screen and put the slides up? Because what we have on this back end is not there right now. See if
Okay.
you can share your screen and pull it up. While you doing that, we'll talk through this presentation tonight. When we talk about investing for freedom is very important. I'm really interested in this. When we talk about life insurance, the importance of life insurance, the things that's going on right now with reps leaving the state, some folks coming back, they're increasing the rates. And like the future of insurance, I mean, it's a real conversation that impacts our community. And, we got to really figure out like what's the strategies, how do we mobilize, how do we hold the insurance industry up because you know, they're changing all the time. They're increasing all of the rates. They making more policies to make more insurance, and it's costing the homeowners and the folks in the community so much money to just be covered. Even as a homeowner, you have fire, life, earthquake. I mean, it's all kind of policies, and then it's just we're trying to overcome, that and the other things that is going on. It's crazy, and it's like, how do we really have that conversation and say, hey, community, we gotta figure out how we mobilize and really get to our legislative branches and make sure that we hold them accountable for insurance.
All right. Yeah, thank you for that. I'm unable to share my screen, but I can pop up my slides on my separate device, and I can just go off of that if I are able to share my screen.
All right, go ahead and try that. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to get this back in work, but go ahead and talk a little bit about it. Let me see if I can pull it.
All right. So a little bit about myself. Thank you, Mark, for the intro. I was born and raised in Vallejo, California, outside of San Francisco, about an hour some change away. And then now I'm located in Sacramento, which I'm about an hour and some change away from Vallejo. And just a little brief history about Vallejo. Vallejo went bankrupt. When also Stockton went bankrupt. So our environment wasn't the best. It and then how we was raised by the culture. And I grew up on the north side of Vallejo. If y'all heard of Mac Dre, one of the legendary hip hop artists out here in the Bay Area, he was just right across the way. We had Mac Mall, we had the whole Rough and Root gang, and that was the culture. And that's what we knew. And I grew up on 517 Whitney, and my grandmother, she was one of the first people. It was just nothing but dirt out there. She was one of the first people to get property, and that's a big thing is ownership. We got to get back to ownership. We got these companies, they taking their money, they leaving California. We got inflation. IRS taxes is constantly going up, so we need to learn how to take control of our financial lives. And the reason why I'm very passionate about what I do, I had a near death experience at age 10. So, when I was helping my parents bring in just washer and dryer in the garage, the homeowner who owned the property, we told him, like, hey, this garage is falling off, right? So, one day, I was able to help my parents, but I don't remember it, thank God. But the garage spring came off and it collapsed and it hit me in my head right here. So I got a plate and I got to suffer that with this injury uh, throughout the rest of my life. But, I'm able to 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 be functionable, to be in my right mind. So I thank God for that. And um, so the reason why I want to come here and stress the importance of life insurance, because this is something that is not taught in school. Life insurance is one of the life insurance is one of the oldest financial tools. Life insurance companies been around for over 200 years. So they survived the Great Depressions, the dot-com bubbles, 2008 crashes, even 2020 when the market went down. Life insurance companies was able to pay out. So it's guaranteed to know that your money is safe. So the thing is that we need to understand how important it is for ourselves to be able to earn money. Because if we learn about investing in ourselves, can we go over to the next slide, please? Go over to the next slide. So I'm gonna touch on this a little bit. So we know about our purpose. My purpose in life is to share financial literacy to our community because our community. Once we get a dollar, like my uncles when my grandma passed away, they took the money and they squandered it. They blew it. They didn't think about the future. They thought about now. We need to think about the future and invest in ourselves because if we make sacrifices now, then life will be way much better. And we have to understand our why power and why we doing this. And the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm building a legacy. And that's what something we have to think about is a legacy. If you can be able to pass something on to the next generation, because the next generation is our future, and we got to give them opportunities to change our environment. We need to inspire them to be influencers, but how we gonna do that if we shortchange them, if we didn't invest in them? So we got to think about who we are and what we're capable of, and what changes we can make in our culture, in our environment. Can you go to the next slide, please? We have to understand we reap what we sow. So, you can plant good seeds, you can plant bad seeds, but you reap what you sow. And the environment that you in, the environment that I was in, I didn't make that was not me. That was a circumstance. But I'm a product of my idea, and I thought much bigger. I wanted something much more than what was there. It was nothing in our environment. We just had Six Flags. I remember days I had to fill out applications. I was 16 years old. I was so hungry of understanding how money works and how can I earn money. And I wasn't able to get those jobs because Vallejo really didn't have jobs. So I had to learn how to go out and hustle and work on the yard, with my uncle, or to help renovate homes. So I had to get my hands dirty. It wasn't no excuses. I didn't let my circumstances make me who I was. I could have easily gave up just by blaming my circumstances. So I got hit in the head by a garage. I can't do this. I couldn't even play football. Right? That's what we know as our culture. Oh, go to school, do football. Go to school, do basketball. That's what we know. But God had a purpose for me, and that was not my lane. And another thing too, I wanted to go to the military, but I couldn't because I have this plate in my head. So my mother told me to go to college. Your mother know best. And that was a life-changing moment for myself. And I'm on a mission to educate my family on what I have learned throughout my journey. And you have to surround yourself around greatness. You have to surround yourself around people who got the information, who made a change in their lives. You have to surround yourself around them because birds of a feather flock together. If you got five or you got 4 or 5 friends who's not really on their purpose and just drifting in life, then you're gonna be the next fifth or sixth person that's doing that because you learning from them. You got to surround yourself around people who want to be great and inspire and influence other people around them. Because you reap what you sow. Let's go to the next slide. And we have to understand that we have to ask for help. On my journey right now, I don't know everything. I gotta reach out to Brother John. Hey, can you help me out with my business? I need more support. Closed mouths don't get fed. So if you ask, you shall receive. And take advice from wise people, people that already been there and done that, because they learn the best experience, the best learning lesson in life is experience. I can read all the books that I can, but if I don't apply it, it's not wisdom. You get the education, you understand it, you break it down, that's the information, and then you apply it. And that's wisdom. You cannot move the needle, you cannot do anything if you don't have uh, uh, a affirmative action, a call to action, a plan. So the reason why I wanted to come on here because I wanted to spread awareness to our community and let our people know how important life insurance is. Because essentially what it is you're investing in yourself. You have to understand that our best commodity, for ourselves is time, and then also your ability to earn. Is your ability to work with your hands, because if you cannot work, you cannot eat. And life insurance is a way to protect your earning powers, because if I was to become totally disabled, if I was in a wheelchair right now, I wouldn't be able to do anything that I wanted to do. But my folks didn't know nothing about insurance, so I thank God that I'm not in a wheelchair. But that would have messed up my whole life of earning money and then just building a legacy. And then another thing too is that we have to make sure that we take care of ourselves, because we can develop some type of illness that prevents us from working. So how are we going to continue providing as the breadwinner in our family? Let's go to the next slide. And I'm gonna tell you, it's time to rise up. It's time to take control, because the first is gonna be last, and the last is going to be first. So we need to make some changes in our life right now and start thinking about investments. And the reason why I have this slide up here with Kobe Bryant, because he's a hard worker. He didn't come in the league as Kobe Bryant. He had to work to establish his legacy. When he first came into the NBA, he had to sit on the bench because the coaches they didn't believe in this young man coming to the NBA straight out of high school. Kobe believed in himself. Kobe had to work on his strength and his weaknesses. Kobe had to sit on the bench when he was in his playoffs. He shot air balls. His one of his first playoffs against the Utah Jazz. He shot 4 air balls, but that did not discourage him at all. What he did the next summer, he went and worked on himself. He was in the gym. So Kobe Bryant, he's a real inspiration to me because I read one of his books recently, and I respect him because you can transform your life. You can be whatever you want as long as you work hard, and that's investing in yourself. All this information that I got, I had to study. It was not given to me. I had to be open minded to understand that life insurance is just another financial tool that can get you to where you want to be at in your financial success. And we have to really be disciplined in knowing ourselves, our strengths and weaknesses, but also investing in ourselves. If you're tracking and keeping up with the Joneses, that's not going to do you a favor, because the Joneses are broke. The Joneses, they like to keep up with a lot of these celebrities, and we have to understand that we have to invest in ourselves and put our money in the right place for the future, because life insurance, this is how the rich get richer. They park their cash in life insurance products, and they don't have to worry about, I gotta impress my neighbors, and I gotta ride around in the most flashiest car, or be super well dressed, with the Louis Vuitton and the Gucci. No, look at Bill Gates. He wear clothes that he can. It's a possibility that he shop at Walmart. There's nothing wrong with that. But we have to understand that it's this life, what we are and it's a journey. We gotta enjoy our journey, and we have to trust the process. Let's go to the next slide. So a little bit about me. I grew up in very humble beginnings. I always wanted to learn how money works because I was tired of being broke, and that was back then. Times is different. The cost of living, things is constantly getting expensive. So we have to understand that if we want a better life for ourselves, we need to understand what financial tools or what vehicle can get us where we need to be. And once I went to Sac State University, I met a group of students, and we started to learn how to day trade. So when I was looking at the market, I started to read books on investing. If you was to invest, for instance, if you was to invest in a Tesla back then, and where the prices of Tesla right now, you will be up. The market it got its ups and downs, but our dollar is not the same from yesterday. Our dollar is actually decreasing in value because they constantly print it every single time. Like stimulus checks, or they need to print money for the war. Every time they print money, guess who got to pay for it? Us and our kids. So we had to be determined, and we had to learn how to take control and be producers. We have to learn how to build and take ownership back. And another thing too, we have to understand is that relationships is very key. Without John, I wouldn't be here. I had to build rapport with this gentleman for me to have this platform and to share the information. So that's one thing is if you surround yourself around greatness, there's a lot of doors that can open up. You just have to take the opportunity. And I just love this journey, and I'm very passionate about what I do because when my grandma, when she lost her home, it was like a domino effect. She wasn't the only person. Everybody else in the community had lost their home. And I go back to Bellel, especially if I go back to Bellel High. I stay out here in Sacramento, and I look at Elk Grove. They're putting more money there than in the community where I was raised. So my my goal is to, if I can, use my business as a way to give. But I have to make sure that I take care of myself to take care of others. I have to be, I have to get my blessings to bless others. Because I've been there and I've seen people struggle, and I don't like being broke. It's hard. Money is a tool, right? It's a spiritual thing. So as long as you got money, you can feel good. I know y'all. Every time that check hit y'all bank account, y'all feel good. But some people, when I check hit their bank account, they ready to spend their money, right? Instead of just spending on Nikes or Jordans, just go buy some stocks, right? At least you can feel better about, yeah, I own Nike, I own Tesla, these stocks, right? It's all about ownership. Let's go to the next slide. So yeah, it's time to rise up. It's time to take control, because we have to remember, back then, what our ancestors. Let's go to prior before 1913. The public, they they didn't trust in the banks. They didn't trust in Wall Street. And if taxes and inflation constantly went up, at least they had to say so. But what do we do nowadays? We just give our money away. We don't say nothing. So as people, we have to understand, when we feed into the system, and we don't have that community like Black Wall Street, where the black dollar circulated at least 8 times in our community, and then we let it out. We don't have that no more. What we do? We give our money to corporations. We give our money to banks. And what do banks and corporations do? On the back end, they take your money and they put it in tier one assets called life insurance. They do this all day, every single day. It's like the life insurance is one of the most sound financial tool that's in the market. They got rid of pensions. The reason why they got rid of pensions, because it was a liability on the owners business sheet, his expenses, because they promised this person that if you work for X amount of years, then we'll promise to take care of you for the rest of your life. But what happens when a market or we in a bad economy? They have to cut expenses. So that's what they did. They cut pensions and they created a 401k. And that was in 1971. So what do that mean for the consumers? Well, that puts the consumer in the driver's seat, and it relinquished the business owners or anybody that that was helping you assisting you with your retirement. They're not liable for what happens to your retirement. So it's on us. We're in an age of self-reliance. And the thing is that you don't want to, because I meet a lot of people. A lot of people the they did it the the good way, right? But I'm gonna tell y'all how to do it the right way, because some of these people that I meet, they're ready to retire, but they can't retire because inflation. They didn't properly prepare or invest, and then they are forced to go back to work. So don't wait till the latter end where you about to get retired and then you end up going backwards, right? We want to learn. We want to learn now, because time is the one of our best commodities. You can make as much money as you want, but you never can get time back. So during this process, you don't finances. You don't want to fail in finances, because you fail one time. That's your whole finances. But we have to learn. We got to bump our heads a few times, because for me to get out here, I'm not afraid to fail. I'm putting myself out there to promote or to share ideas about my business. I'm not afraid to go out there and share with the public about these concepts and ideas that I have, because I'm confident that I'm helping people. If I know that I'm serving people, just like Jesus, he served his disciples by washing their feet. That was the most humblest thing that the man of God did. And if he did it, we got to do the same thing. So I put other people's needs before me, and every time I get out there, I learn from other people's experience. I'm 28 years old. I was born in 95. So every time I meet with people, that's 50, that's 60, or even 70 years old, I learn from them, and I learned that what they did is the good way, but I want to do it the right way so I can have financial freedom. And I learned this by doing. I learned it from books, but I had to do it to go out there and get the experience. Let's go to the next slide. So time is very, very valuable. So if you're thinking about investing right now, only thing we have, especially as young people, is time. That's your best advantage. Now, if you was to start investing, let's say 60, some people they think about retirement when you old and I got to start saving now. Retirement is basically if I start saving right now, I'm 28 years old. Let's say that I saved up enough money until I'm age 33 or even 40 years old, and I can live off of that money for the rest of my life. I'm retired, right? That's retirement is stacking up enough money, and we have to remember we don't want to put all of our money in one nest egg. We want to diversify. You can do the 401k. That's fine, because you get the market gains on that. You can, if your employer, if they give you a pension, take it, right? But we want to make sure that if all of our eggs in one basket and the market was to tank, and your portfolio, financial portfolio tank by 40 to 50%, that forces you to go back to work, and it will take about 4 to 5 years for you to even see where you had left off at in the marketplace. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. Just diversify. Can we go to the next slide? And we have to understand that we need to help each other out. We need to be more open minded. We need to build good habits. We need to put ourselves on the front line and be leaders of our community and be good influencers and lead the next generation to do the right thing. Because, when I was growing up, the people that we looked up to, they was called the OGs. But the OGs, it wasn't really beneficial for me to learn from them because they didn't really have nothing. So I had to learn from people that was successful. Me putting on this suit was different from what my brothers and what my family had seen. They never uh, uh, experienced this type of personality out of me or even out of friends and family, because we know that the same old stuff, which is insanity, because we didn't even change our circumstances or our environment. We want to stay there. You got to be open minded and expand your horizon, because it's a big old world out there. You have to know who you are and what your gift and your talents are, so you can help and serve people. That's what we need to be, and be leaders, and don't be afraid to fail. We got to put God first, right? Because if you understand that if you've been blessed by God and you wanted His favor, the devil, he's playing the devil advocate to knock you off your game. You're gonna have your ups and downs, right? That's life. It's a roller coaster. But as long as you put God first and you got faith in Him, and you have a plan, then everything's gonna be all right. As long as you execute your plan. We got to work hard. I know we're in a digital age right now. Things is super convenient and accessible, but we got to get back to the old school way, because this internet digital age stuff is confusing. I grew up old school. I had to go out there and put in some legwork and knock door to door and talk to these business owners and put myself in front of them, so I can show them and showcase who I am and how I can help them out, right? I can't just go on the internet and try to get business. I have to go out and use these methods that been proven, and it works. And I love what I do because I get to network with a lot of people. I get to meet a lot of people and hear their stories. I get to make my own hours. Like right now, I'm here at the office still. Everybody else left. They left around 4. I don't know what they're doing, but I gotta work hard and build my legacy. I woke up at 5 today, and I'm still working, right? Because this is who I am, right? If you can't find passion in what you're doing, you gotta call on God and ask Him, hey God, show me another way. And then we gotta get better each day, day by day. That was one of Kobe. His method was getting in the gym. He had players that will go and party. He had players, that of course we got family that go back home to their family. That's respectable, honorable. Kobe, he had a family and everything, but he knew his who he was. He stayed in the gym to be great. He worked on his strengths and his weaknesses, right? And then another thing is number 5. We got to take stock in ourselves. And what do I mean by that? We have to learn how to invest in ourselves. Hey, young people, check this out. SSI, the Social Security, or even everybody that's on this call. They talking about Social Security is not going to be here in 2030. In 2030, they're talking about Social Security is running out of money. So what can we do if Social Security running out of money, if pensions are rare, and in the 401ks, if we don't know how to invest, we go to our employer and they just put us in any type of stock, and we don't know how it works because we didn't do our own research. Then you really don't have much wiggle room, right? You have to learn how to self-educate yourself, learn how to get into personal development skills, or upgrade your professionalism. Take stock in yourself, because we are products of our ideas. If you look at Elon Musk, or even look at the billionaires, what they did was that they created a product from their own mind. Just like what God he did in Genesis. He spoke the word into existence, right? Your words are your thoughts. So if you really think of a good idea, we're in the digital age. We're heading to AI, right? They talking about AI going to replace a lot of jobs. So what are we going to do as consumers, if our jobs is getting replaced, we can't make excuses. We gotta build a legacy, a future for ourselves, and we gotta get back to producing. And just always just think about how great you are. You great. Don't let nobody tell you that you cannot do this or that. That's something that they'll feed you. They planting those bad seeds in your head to make you have doubt in yourself, and that's nothing but from the enemy, because the enemy know God know what you're capable of, and the enemy also know what you're capable of, but he gonna discourage you so you won't figure out how to change the environment and the people around you, right? But we got to be excellent leaders. And I'm gonna take a little bit of a moment to describe these life insurance products and why if it and why it's a safe bet. So, for instance, real estate. You can compare life insurance to real estate. You have equity. You can take equity out of your real estate. That's the same thing with life insurance. You basically creating your own bank, and this is what the Rothschilds did. This is how they create a legacy. They start getting policies for the young kids. It's pennies on a dollar, right? It's not that when we talk about life insurance, don't be scared. Don't think about death. Eventually we all gotta go. But I was 10 years old. I didn't know my time was coming. And my time can end tomorrow. But I'm here on my purpose, so my time is not up until God say so. Um, the thing is that the life insurance product, they don't want to tell you about these policies, these life insurance vehicles, because this is how the rich get richer. This is how they put money into this product, and it's a tax shelter. And you get to earn interest on your money while it's still compounding. It's no interruption at all. So your money is growing, growing, growing. So let's say, for instance, these rich people, they leverage cash. They use other people' money. So let's say, for instance, if you was to take a down payment and then you was to put it in your life insurance policy and you was to borrow, you take a loan from it, you're essentially going to pay yourself back. So now you have your money working for you in two ways. You got it working for you in this life insurance policy, and you got your property, right? That's the smart way. Most people, what they do, they just take all of their hard-earned cash, their blood, sweat, and tears, and then they go put a down payment on a home instead of just leveraging their cash. We got to learn how to leverage our money and use other people's money, because that's what the banks do. You put your money in the bank, they go take your money on the back end, they go put it in a life insurance policy where they can get a guaranteed 4 to 5% interest rate on that, and that's how they pay their employees. That's what the corporations, that's what they do all day, every day. Tier one assets. So another thing too is that life insurance, it protects your earning power, right? We don't know. I can I make money by using my mouthpiece, But if I'm not able to get to work because of a back injury, or I'm not able to walk, or I might use a machine to get here, that totally just it depleted my value of my earning power, because that's how they determine your value as a citizen, is how much you can earn. And you have to really take stock in yourself, because the IRS, they're not gonna look out for you. Taxation while representation. They taxing us through the roof, and we don't have no say so. Why? Why we're scared to voice ourselves, right? And just it's just life. You can build a legacy. I got something for my 3-year-old daughter. I got something for myself. I got something from my spouse, my future wife. She can walk around and say, I have over $100,000 in my net worth, because she got permanent life insurance at the age of 29. She's just paying $100 for that, and she should feel proud. People should feel proud that that's their network, and they can pass down $100,000 to the next generation tax free. And then our daughter is just dirt cheap when we get her a policy, knowing that in the future she gonna have some money, for her college, for her first car, a down payment, even for a wedding. As long as I consistently just invest in the family and my daughter and ourselves, we're gonna be okay. And that's something that I wanted to share with y'all guys is that there's different financial vehicles out there, but life insurance was one of the original sound products in this financial industry, and they don't want to tell you life insurance is very powerful for a particular reason. They don't want to tell you, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to tell you, right? I'm out here just sharing the information with our people. That's what we need to understand. We need to get back to ownership and take control of our lives. So, um, I think that's pretty much that I have. I'm gonna just leave. I'm gonna just leave off with. You can go to the next slides. I'm pretty sure I covered everything. Another thing too is that you can go back to that slide. Um, uh, the thing is that education is really key. It's really key. The more you know, the more you earn, right? The more I can be able to give somebody, the more I can receive. And the name of the game is not how much money you make, but it's how much money you can keep. So we got to learn how to live below our means, take sacrifices now to better our futures, and don't look up to the Joneses because they are broke. Um, that's pretty much it. That's all that I have. We can get to the questions if y'all have any questions or
Man, listen here, brother. I gotta drop a bomb for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? We blowing up the spot tonight. I'm gonna just tell you like this. See, I love your energy, man. You know what I'm saying? 28 years of age. You at that point of life where everything that you're doing is preparing you for the future. I'm always advocating for my young people. I'm always talking about how the elders of the community needs to pass the torch to the young people. And one thing, I appreciate our connection and reaching out to you because I want to connect you with some other powerful brothers. Brother Leland, we had some brothers come on last Tuesday, Richard Bill. I got some other folks, Cynthia and Sean, that I want to connect you with because you are the future. You see, and we got to pour into our young people. We can't just talk about it. I'm going to support you and make sure that the things you need, you get there because you standing on business, brother. And I respect it. I'm looking at you and you get me fired up over here because I'm like, this young brother, I feel his spirit. I feel his energy. I'm ready to go. You see what I'm saying? And you about the people. I love that. And you bring the dynamic of, putting the Lord first, doing the right things, right? But I'm gonna tell you in this business that when we talk about entrepreneurship, when we talk about business, you're only good as the people that surround you. You're only good by the decisions you make. You're only good by being able to hold yourself accountable, right? And sometimes, even me, myself, you get guilty because you got a big heart. You want to bring everybody on. But I'm going to tell you in this business while you're going through it, everybody ain't going to have that passion you got. I'm going to tell you, that's the hardest thing to find, the love of people that's going to love people the way you do. It's hard to find that. A lot of people is going to come through the journey. They're going to question you. They ain't going to think you getting to where you getting. Right. But you keep standing on business. You keep being consistent because all of the things that's going to be said, done, come against you. Don't worry. The enemy going to do what he going to do because anytime you're trying to uplift and impact people, that's what they do. You get what I'm saying? Nobody want to take accountability for what they do. They just want to spew it out. Right. You got to stand on your business, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. You got me fired up to say, look, man, here's another young brother. How do I bridge this gap and connect him? Because again, this is what we need. We need young people to connect with our elders, to let them know about these different policies. Say, look, set up your young generation because so many people in our community, we didn't get this financial advice. We didn't really understand it. We didn't trust the system when it came to finances. We didn't do a lot of the things that we needed to do. I was telling them last week, I started at 26 years old, changing my financial paradigm. Investing, doing the things that I need to do because I made an investment in myself because I said I want to make sure that I set myself up right. You 28, you already got it. I'm looking at you and I'm thinking like, dang, this is where it all starts. The market's gonna go up and down. The economy's gonna change. You see what's going on in this budget cuts. Things gonna happen, but you have to stay the course. You get what I'm saying? Believe in what you believe. You had all of the things up there, right? And I love how you put up there. The only way you succeed is you're gonna have to fail. You get what I'm saying? Because people only go see the great things when you got 1,000 clients, when you doing $1 million numbers, right? They see all the great things, but they don't know the grind. You get what I'm saying? And you got to make sure you always remember that, because they not going to grind like you grind. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes I stay up 18, 19 hours. I get 2 hours of sleep. They don't see the grind. They just see you out there. Oh, they don't know the grind. And the hardest part of building up what you're going to build is finding the people that's going to grind like you go grind. Have the passion that you're going to have to continue to do it. And they have to believe in it. And that's the hardest thing. To elevate what you're doing, finding other investors, other people that believes in what you believe in. Like, we go do this. Because it's going to be a lot of naysayers. It's going to be a lot of people that going to say, oh, you can't make it. It's going to be a lot of people that's going to go against you to see you fall. We got too much in that. I love your approach. Reciprocity is everything. If we could change anything in the Black community, it's reciprocity. How do I support you as another Black man? Or how do I support you as a Black woman? We got to implement that. That's why the principles of Kwanzaa is so important to me. Because if we took the principles of Kwanzaa and implemented it into our community and everybody fall up under them, we'd be great. But it's going to be somebody out there going to see you moving and they go, oh, I'm going to do this like this and try to tear you down. Oh, I can do it better. I'm going to do it here. You get what I'm saying? And then you got the people that ain't going to have the compassion for the people like you. They just out to sell something. You get what I'm saying? Don't sell the bad product because you're getting a sale. You get what I'm saying? That's where the integrity and the character come in. You get what I'm saying? So keep pushing what you're doing. We're going to definitely work with you. I'm going to connect you with some folks to make sure that you get more sales and connect with some folks who really trying to change that paradigm. Because when we look at our community, we talk about life insurance, it's terrible. I look at all of the victims of violence, the people that are losing their loved ones, even my own personal family. We're not set up. I'm like, my own family. I'm like, I've told y'all this stuff, and we don't prioritize because in our mind, and sometimes it's just a culture thing. When I'm dead, I'm gone. It don't matter anyway, right? And we got to change that mentality to make sure that we uplifting the next generation. I got to do it to make sure my grandbaby get a head start. I got to do it for the next person so that they can go. I can't walk on and just go, hey, you know what? I did my part. It's over. No, you have to leave something. And it starts with these conversations. This is why this Educational Thursday is so important. But to sustain, you got to keep pushing and being consistent. No matter what's going on, stay consistent. I'm going to tell you, that's the only thing. When you persistent and consistent, you get what I'm saying? It's going to get you to that next level. Keep grinding, keep working, stand on business. You know, we listen to these terms and everybody no, stand on your business. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. I'm so proud of you, young brother, because your energy, your passion for people, the work you're doing is what we need more of. Because it's a lot of young brothers your age that's silent. It's a lot of brothers your age, they're not engaged. Keep pushing the work that you're doing, and your opportunities go come as you build. Make sure you keep the people in your corner that got the passion, that see the vision, right? Because it's going to be a lot of people that just going to come around you because it's good. That's just the way it is. It's good. Things get bad, people go move. You know what I'm saying? I always say the worst thing that I'm guilty of is letting certain people in my circle to bring what I'm doing down. But that's the enemy. He's a deceiver. He's going to deceive you and think, I'm with you. But they really not. And that's where your mistakes and what you talked about failure is so important. And it's okay to fail. And we have to teach our community that. We've made bad mistakes with finance. It's okay. Now you know. But we got to stay open and trust the process. You get what I'm saying? We only know what we don't know because we haven't been educated about what's right. When we have a brother like this coming on here giving us the game, how do we as a community be open to receive that information? How do we stay open so that we can take what we don't know and implement something that we don't know to make it something greater? But it's about the results, and it's about how we display that work and how do we make it available to the people. Because that's the sustainability. And it's going to be ups and downs, man. I'm just happy that you're here tonight. I'm happy that you blowing up the spot with this. And this is just another testament to what I keep telling my elders, that there's some young folks out here. They hungry, they want to do and move and shake the community. But where are we as elders to get behind you, to make sure that we financially support you, that we make sure that your voice is uplifted, that you are heard? I mean, you was going in. I'm like, oh man, I'm looking at a reflection of me, and this is how it's supposed to be. That's how you know you're on your way. But just understand, as you going on this journey, like you said, when you're going, it's gonna be roadblocks, it's gonna be obstacles, it's gonna be doubters, it's gonna be haters, it's gonna be people that's trying to bring you down. And I'm gonna tell you, as you start getting success, it's gonna get closer and closer to you. Sometimes it's gonna be your own family. Sometimes it's gonna be the people you next to, bro. That's just what it is. But how strong can you keep your head up and keep pushing through it? Because that's the focus. You know what I'm saying? The Bible, they say, guys, don't look back. Don't worry about the people. Stay focused. Stay forward. You give them, say, keep moving forward. All you got to do is keep pushing forward. Don't look back and worry about what's there. The future is where we need to go. AI, technology. Don't worry about how things go. Because again, it's a lot of hatred, bro. It's a lot of, this is what we got in our community. We got a lot of hatred, a lot of bitterness, a lot of trauma, a lot of people. You're going to encounter all of this. Jealousy. They going to see you shining, you looking good, bro. You go get the young brother, oh, he corny, man. He got a suit on. He ain't got, you know what I mean? It's going to be always something. Because it's terrible in our community that we don't want to see other people uplift and elevate. We'd rather tear you down. We'd rather not support you. We'd rather not see you make it to say, see, he didn't make it, then get behind you and see you making it uplift you. You get what I'm saying? That's out there. But don't be discouraged. Keep your faith base. Keep your feet on the ground. Study your word and keep pushing. Don't worry, because God is going to take care of everything you need. Just walk in his presence, man. I'm so proud of you, young brother. I mean, I just had to get that out. I just felt that right now, and I just wanted to uplift you, because in doing this work, in being an entrepreneur, in building anything, bro, it's going to be discouragement. It's going to be things that's going to try to knock you off, but you got to stick through the course. And also remember, when you're a leader, you the boss, when you're an entrepreneur, you got to make difficult decisions that everybody ain't going to understand and agree with. But stand on your business. That's all I can give you. You know, I try to get a youngster something. Stand on your business. That's when you are the boss. You know, when they say it's the cost to be the boss, you got to be the boss. Because at the end of the day, everything fall on you, good, bad, or otherwise. Stand on your business. Stay on your word. Listen to the voice of the Lord. He will lead you to where you have to go, young brother. Believe me. Even when it's doubters, even when it's haters, even when it's like you just don't see a win, listen to the Lord and keep pushing. Listen to the voice of your ancestors and keep moving, because that voice is going to be there. As you rise, the darts get thrown faster. They get thrown. It's going to come for you, bro. But how you get through it is what's going to determine. We always say it in Omega. We tell our young people, you know, how you listen will determine where you're going. And sometimes when you think you lose, you really win. You get what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. When you think you losing, sometimes you really win, because that's the power of the Lord. Sometimes when they throwing darts at you, sometimes when they tear you down, sometimes when they hating on you, you really winning. See, and sometimes God put you in positions because he wants you to know who it is, because he know your heart. He know your ambition. He know your path. Oh, you know what? He got a big heart. So I got to throw this at him so he understands. Sometimes you got to see, because we get so busy. We just loving on people. I love your energy, because I'm looking at you. I'm like, that's me. You just be loving on people, trying to bless people. You know what I'm saying? You like, I ain't tripping off. But you got to also, God will wake you up so you can see that. But I'm happy you here tonight, brother. You know, this life insurance thing, I've been pushing it since COVID. You know, the amount of loss we've lost in our community, the amount of GoFundMe's put up for funerals is terrible. And I'm like, we have these policies, we have these packages that you could get to support your community. You know, I'm always about, you know, being real and making sure that people get the right package for them. You know, some people are financially well off. They could do certain whole life policies and things because they have the financial means. But when you're dealing with our people, you know, the people that we dealing with, that's struggling, is tight. We single mom, money gets tight. You know, we got to be also, while you selling these policies, to think about the people, their situation, and say, hey, you know what? A whole life policy might not be great for you because the premiums over time is going to catch up to you, and you probably go elapse the policy. Just looking at your financial being, right? Maybe we need to put you in a term policy, or maybe we need to put you in the IDL so that we can help you in this way so that you can grow, right? Because money becomes tight, and that's how they always control us, because we can't invest like we want to, because we single parents, or we got all of our money tied up and trying to survive, and we can't really bless ourselves with the prosperity of life because we don't have that abundance, right? But if we do the right things, and we, as the, like you said, the leaders, the folks who are selling those policies, to make sure that the people we're serving, we're doing our due diligence to make sure, and you looking at their financial situation, say, hey, you know what, this is the best policy, but because of where you at, I don't want to put you in this, because I know in 3-4 years the premiums go increase, and let's go elapse you. You're not gonna be able to afford it. That's what we need from these folks, not just selling our people these policies. Same thing with investing in stocks. I tell these people, stop selling these people all these mutual funds. Get them in index funded accounts. Help them grow their things. I go there. These people they'll never tell you about index fund accounts. You go to these spots, they don't say nothing about it. They act like it ain't there. Oh, we put you in this mutual fund. We got to get all these maintenance fees and all that. And by the time they cash out, they lost all their money to maintenance fees and all this other stuff. Right? To me, I think that's poor leadership. I feel like those are the people that are preying on the community. So you, as a brother, as God give you the spirit to serve, to be a person in leadership role, and to making sure that you're taking care of folks, always keep that in mind, right? Because sometimes we don't know what we don't know, and you got that experience and that knowledge. You just say, hey, I know this is where we want to put you. Well, this would be the best deal for you, but I'm looking at where you at, and you ain't there yet, but we'll get you here so that we can move you there in the future. So just make sure you do that, brother. That's really all I really wanted to give you. And just continue to stand on business. I'm so proud of you, brother. Goodness and greatness is coming to you, but just understand, in the goodness and greatness and on that journey you talked about, failure is going to happen. You're going to make mistakes. The best educational system is failure. I tell people, you only learn by the mistakes you go through. You get what I'm saying? You only learn how to do certain things by going through certain things. Because these people go smile in your face. They go do all that good stuff. I love you. I love you. They go do that. But just remember, beyond all of that, you got to get the feel of what it's going to be. And that's where you're praying and all the things that God is abundant you with. Just keep your ears open. He going to send you the signals. And stand on your business, brother. That's all I want to say. Go ahead, brother Mark. I'm blowing up the spot for you. Let's go. Young people doing some things out here.
Absolutely. And quite honestly, Bishop, there's really not much I could add to what you said. Brother Omari, you are absolutely impressive, brother, and we do want to celebrate and salute you. But I do want to take this opportunity to draw on something for the people who are watching the broadcast, for the community. In your experience growing up in Vallejo, being the middle child of 11 children, understanding what real life is like when there's too much month at the end of the money, when you're in that kind of state, dealing with those kind of circumstances, and you hear a conversation about life insurance or investing, that seems so overwhelming and far removed from where you're at, because you're just focusing on trying to survive, pay the bills you got in front of you, and put food on the table. I want you to talk to the people who are in that situation and stress to them why the urgency of, one, getting your income up, because again, we have to have income so that we can invest it. So talk to them about the mentality or the approach to money and how they can use it to move themselves to a place where they can actually afford freedom.
Yeah, it's just all about the mindset. It's the abundance mindset. You have to learn how to think about the people that you can help out, or even your family members. It has to be somebody there to take the responsibility and be disciplined. But if you don't have the resources, I look at money as a resource. If you don't have the abundance and resources, you're going to be stuck working for the rest of your life. And that's not life. We have to enjoy life while we're here. We only have one. So that's why I stress is important so importantly because we can't have a scarce mindset. We have to take risks. We have to think about the future and what that extra 5, 10, 15, 20, 50 bucks can do. It can stretch a long way. The small thing adds up.
Man, I mean, I think that's very powerful. I mean, I see a question there about pre-tax deductions, and saving for the future. One of the things is, you also have to have, understanding on that too, because a lot of 403s and 457s, you do all this pre-tax stuff, and then they hit you on the back end at the higher tax bracket. So it's really about being intentional where you at and really having that understanding because sometimes those pre-tax accounts are not great for you either. Sometimes you need a Roth. You need to pay the tax up front so that you don't get the pre-tax penalties in the end. And those are the things that I really try to inspire our community to do is pay the tax up front now. And a lot of folks say, I put $1,000 in, I got $800. Hey, pay the tax now because we know 10, 12 years here in California, the tax is only gonna keep going up. It's definitely not going back down. So just making sure folks understand that, make sure folks are putting at least 15% of their gross income invested in index funded accounts, making sure that they're investing is very important. Then making sure you have a life insurance policy to cover your expenses. We always say get a policy that covers 12 to 15% of your gross salary, right? So, if you got $100,000 a year, you want at least a $1.2 million policy. And sometimes those people don't be understanding that. I hear community folks, how much insurance do I need? I say, at least however the lifestyle you live in, you want to have 10 to 12% of that. So whatever your yearly gross is, make sure you put in the policy for that. So if you're making 100,000, you want to at least have a million, at least 1.2 to 1.5 million dollar policy. If you're making over $100,000, you want to at least have 2.5 and to cover yourself so that if you pass away, if something happened, your kids can be taken care. That burden of that loss of income doesn't impact the community, and you're building that legacy and leaving it for community folks. And we just have to continue to encourage our people, man, especially when it comes to estate planning and things of that nature. Is all in there together so that when folks do depart us, that we have a way to protect the legacy and the assets that we have for community. And we just got to keep doing it, brother. We go keep pushing this. As we always say during the year, mental health, financial literacy is the most important things we have to drive in our community. Like you said, in 2030, they already said in 2053, Black folks, when it comes to the financial capacity, is going to be at zero. We're not gonna have it. These folks who study the economy, who study the banks, they watch our accounts. We got more data out there about how we spend and how we live, and they know. And we're getting a big dose of it now. When you look at the job loss, when you look at the amount of folks who are being pressed against time, and people are being desperate. People are doing things that they never done before, trying to make it because they didn't intentionally plan. And that's why you here tonight to help uplift the community. Let them know, community, get intentional with your finances. Make sure you have some life insurance. Make sure you are doing a thing to prepare for the future. We are headed into dark days. We got big things happening in the Middle East. There's potential war happening. There's an election that's happening. There's going to be some change. Be intentional, be ready for the change, and make sure that you uplift and support community. And that's the most important thing. But with that being said, brother, I know it's getting late. You've been here waiting patiently. This is very important. I'm uplifted. I'm tired. I've been up all night just listening to you, the passion. I thought you was in the pulpit. I said, what is that? He ready to go rapping on me. You ready, brother. But I want to give you opportunity to definitely give any shout outs to the community, any final words that you want to leave with the folks. We got your information running across the screen. We want to make sure the folks connected with you on your IG, your Instagram. I know you on LinkedIn, things of that nature, and we'll help share that information. And then I'm going to reach out to you. I want to connect you with Leland and some of the other financial brothers that are doing some amazing things to change the dynamics of Black folks in finance across this Bay Area. And I want to connect you with Sean and Cynthia and just, put your thinking heads and as you growing, stay open, right? Some things you might already know. Sometimes young people, they hear stuff. I already know this. I already know. I want to hear nothing else. Stay open. Take what you need, release what you don't need. You know, and that's what I tell people. Take what you need, release what you don't need. Take what you need, release, you know, so they get frustrated. I seen this already. Somebody told me this already. Why I need to hear it again? Hey. Take what you need and release the rest. Stay open so that you can connect. All about networking. Your network is everything. How many people you can connect to. It's going to be very important on your financial journey to make sure that you build those communities, stand on business, stand on your principles. Make sure you're there to serve the folks and make sure you put them in the right policies. Make sure you put them in the right protection. Not just selling them policies to say, hey, later on you could use this money to pay for college or get a house. We got to stop that. We got to make sure we're putting them in the right policies. But with that being said, brother, I want to give you opportunity to give any shout outs because I know some folks, family, somebody supporting you, or folks that's helping you grow. Give them a shout out, and then any parting words before we let you get out of here and get back to your day. And we'll get you back later. I'm gonna get you connected. We'll get you back, put together a nice financial team to kind of cover the different topics and make sure that you support it, brother. Any way we can help you, we'll support you.
Yeah, thank you. I'd just like to thank God first. You know, without everything happened for a reason. Everything is purposeful. So is the reason why John and I we connected. And I just thank you for allowing me to be here. And we got to get back to empowering each other. We can't give our power away to these corporations or to these banks. Economy is where if I can take my dollar and have it circulate at least 8 times, then this business is. Let's say, for instance, I go spend money out of business, and this business, they got their money and they spend it with a manufacturer. We got to keep our money circulating. They just don't take your money and just spend it and just let it go. No, it's not how much money you make, it's how much you can keep. And we got to get back to it's uniting. I can tell you one thing. That 2020 kind of messes up as people in socializing. It seems like we don't know how to socialize nowadays and we don't know how to reach out. But that's something that we need to get back to, helping each other out. Because without you, John, without you, Mark, without this platform, we can't help nobody.
Man, don't let them in on the secret. It's getting dire straight. We talk about reciprocity. We can't get the support. I keep telling them one day, if we don't get it right and support them, uplift each other, the bishop won't be here for them because it takes the community to support to keep these things going, right? And you just keep doing what you can do. And we just tell people we never know the value. And this is where Black folks, we got to do better. We never respect the value of anything until it's gone. And this is why other communities advance on us every day, because they understand the power of media. They explore the power of network information. See, we don't get that information. You talked about AI. You talk about robotics, automation. These folks that we get mad at and feel like they don't support us, these other cultures that we feel get more than us, is because they value their community. They value the people who bring positivity. They value the people that's energizing the people. They're sharing the information. Their elders are passing the torch so that the next generation can keep the movement going. We are the only culture. We are the only Black folks. We don't see the value. We tear each other down. We get crabs in the barrel mentality. It's just what it is. We have to change that if we want to succeed, because there's a lot of change that's going to happen. And a lot of these folks at the end of this year is going to feel it, the real wrath, and they're going to really understand how this system really feels about Black and brown people in this community. So, I'm just happy that you're here. I'm happy you're doing the work that you're doing. Again, I'm going to support you, brother. Let me know. We'll set up a time and talk if you need any support. I'm trying to put together a couple more of these financial literacy classes that we did so that we could go ahead and consult with a bunch of financial folks and bring them in and do some stuff just for our community, some of our elders in the community, so that they can make sure that they're monitoring, watching what they're doing, or at least have the right questions to ask who's ever financially responsible over their stuff. And we just go keep working together and supporting. Don't give up, young brother. You know what I mean? It's going to be more days of knots than it is going to be yes. It's going to be more days of closed doors than it is open doors. That's just what it had. That's how it goes. But if you stand on business, you stay consistent, no matter what they say, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you uplift, they can't take that away from you. They have no choice. and you will have the favor of the Lord. Believe me, you will have the favor of the Lord, young brother. So again, thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate you coming to give the community the sauce, the information. I apologize. We had a little issue getting the slides up here in the beginning, but it was overall a great presentation. Your energy inspired me. Okay, you got me in my seat. I was like, I gotta get. I was like, look at me. I love it, man. And you are changing that narrative. You are that narrative shift. When we talk about young folks who are doing it, you are that example of another young brother who are changing that narrative and making things happen in a positive manner. And again, community, elders, we got to get behind brothers like Omari, make sure he's supported, uplifted, make sure his vision and his dreams are reached by all of us supporting and uplifting them. So with that being said, thank you, brother, for being here. Anytime you want to come on, you got new products, new things you want to talk to the community about, maybe you learn something new, you are always welcome. You're part of both sides of the conversation family. Come back and support us, man, and we'll support you any way we can, brother.
Thank you. I'd love to. Let's keep this going.
Man, definitely stay in touch, brother. I'll see you. Have a good evening. Thank you for being here tonight with us, brother.
All right, thank you. Y'all take care. Peace.
All right. All right, community. There you go. The young brother came here tonight prepared. I don't know. He might have a preaching background. He was going in. I thought whoa, wait a second, young brother. He was going in. Gave me some energy tonight. I don't know. I was feeling like I was running out of gas. And next thing I know, the young brother uplifted the spirit of the bishop. And that's how it takes. People move people. Great energy uplifts energy. And it's always great to be in space with young, powerful voices, young leaders of the community, young people that are pushing forward, trying to change the narrative. Community. We must get behind these young people and support them, their visions, their dreams, their entrepreneurship. And when they're on the pathway, like this young brother who is consistent and he wants to change the narrative about finance and life insurance, let's do our part. With that being said, before I pass it to the voice community, there's a survey going around. We're putting out a survey talking about our programming, how we could impact. I've got feedback from community. We're looking at doing some things in the future. We're going to be changing some of the programming hours, times, how we do the show. We listen to the community. This is a community platform. We're going to continue to find ways to engage, to be better, do better. We're listening, community. I hear y'all. Y'all calling me, y'all text me. Every time I hear things, we're always trying to fix it to be better. I know a lot of folks have talked about the intros being long. We're going to work on some ways to create some events that we can have some pre-recorded stuff so folks still get the information for the week. And maybe we could put that pre-recorded information out twice a week. We're listening to you, community. We're listening. We're trying to find a way. There's a lot of stuff going on. All my people, okay, with the Bayview Collaborative, we're coming, okay? There's a lot of things going on, okay? Be patient, okay? We're doing some restructuring, some reorganizing. We're doing some things to help the community, okay? And we're going to make sure that we bring the best. And we're going to make sure the people that we have love on the people and are ready to serve the people and make sure that what we're doing is elevating the community. Be patient. Nothing happens overnight. We're just small, okay? We're just small. It's just small, but we're growing, okay? We got some things. We're shifting. We're pivoting. And that's just what it do. Anytime you're growing and when God's calling you to do things, you have to sometimes listen, adjust, to make greater impact. We're going to make greater impact. We're ready for our bowling event. I don't know about y'all. Oh, somebody told me they want to see me do the behind the back trick. I don't know. Maybe y'all pull it out. There's a lot going on. Maybe y'all pull it out. I don't know. Maybe I'll pull a trick out there too and show y'all. I got some young people been texting me. Oh, I can't wait to the bowling event. I'm going to show you what I can do. I don't know. I'm going to try to get out there, okay? I'm getting old, but I'm going to get out there and still show you I can roll with the best of them, all right? With that being said, Brother Mark, the voice is here. Talk to the people, brother.
Well, let me just say again, man, I can't get enough of these financial conversations because I understand the sense of urgency of how we as a community are in an economic war. Like we are at war economically. And nobody, again, is coming to save us. So if we don't take the available resources, the information and the knowledge and apply it, then community, we're doing it to our own detriment. Like statistically right now, we've got about 41.5.6 million African-American people in America. We've had conversations. We're talking about getting reparations. Well, I've heard this. idea thrown out, and I'll just put it out into the universe for the community. We're not going to get everybody, we know that, but if we could just get 1 million Black people out of the 41 million that are in America to just donate $10 a month, that's $10 million a month, $120 million a year that we could put together to fund our own progress. It's just a concept, just an idea. You could take this down to your community level, whether you got 10 people in your family or network, 100 people, however many. We're going to have to organize in small groups and be intentional about empowering ourselves. And it's only people like Brother Eaton who have the information, who are going to be the financial generals on the front line for the time going forward. We need to support. We have to be intentional because, again, community, as much as I love my people, we are our own worst enemy at this point, because there's no reason why we can't apply this information to get ourselves the freedom that we rightfully deserve. But it's on us. Man, that's what I got for the community.
Man, thank you, brother. The Voice, giving it back. You know, shout out to Sister Io. She put a nice post about the nomination for the days. Just want to say, I know she's enjoying her vacation. Thank you, sister, the queen of the platform, still tapping in, making sure things is getting done, and that's just what it is. That's what's up. But the Voice, thank you, brother, for keeping the community on code, keeping the community accountable, making sure we do what we're supposed to do. With that being said, I will give the benediction to the people today, because I know we need one for our community. I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. It's spiritual warfare. The enemy is attacking all of the soldiers. Be ready. Get prepared. There's a battle that's going to happen. What side are you on? I don't know. With that being said, come on, community, let's get up out of here. I'm going to give you the benediction so we can go. Tonight, community, you've been blessed. You've been blessed by the best, because anytime young people step up and elevate their voice, this is what we are about here at both sides of the conversation, elevating the voices of the people, the young people, the old people, the elders, the community. We must change the narrative. Tonight, you heard from a 28-year-old financial guru. He's climbing up the financial ladder. He's trying to make sure that the community that he represents is doing the right things to save, to invest, to make sure that they have the right life insurance to protect the very legacy that we try to leave for our family members. We cannot survive off GoFundMes to bury our loved ones. We cannot survive off the other helps that are out there, the system, the victim services. We must prepare for that day. We all have an appointment that we can't cancel. Some is becoming sooner than others. All we could do is just step and stand in these times. You heard what I said. It's spiritual warfare. The enemy is attacking. Pick a side. Who are you walking with? Be careful. It's okay. Let the enemy try. When you are favored by the highest, the highest, Jehovah, they can't do anything to you. You just look. I heard a sermon this past weekend. The pastor said, just close your mouth and allow God to fight your battle. See, sometimes as human beings, we want to fight the battle. Sometimes you just have to close your mouth and let the Lord work. Keep standing on business. Keep marching. Keep uplifting the people, doing what's right. And God will take care of the rest. I don't care what they say. I love my people. I will always uplift Black folks. I will always support Black businesses. I will always step with the Black people. I will always walk with the young people in my community. Don't matter what they say. You will see me because I'm invested in my people. Somebody has to be the sacrificial lamb. Somebody has to say enough's enough. I don't care what they do, what they say. We will stand with the people. Tonight, we're standing with you. Get your finances right. We are headed to an economic crisis in this country. Make sure you got a savings. Make sure you got a budget. Make sure you buy the things that you need and not what you want. Tonight, you got some jewels. You got some game. Check out the young brother. He's doing some things. I don't know. Maybe it's not him. Maybe it's somebody else. Find a financial coach. Find somebody that you could be open with and say, hey, I got a problem. I'm trying to change my financial future. I want a better financial future. I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I'm tired of not being able to move like I need to. I'm ready to be open so that I can change the paradigm of my finances. I don't know what it's going to take, community. Unity is what we need. Transparency. We need reciprocity. It's a lot of things we need. Let's uplift the people. It is still Black History Month. There's a lot of history happening. The young brother today is making history, 28 years old, standing up for the people, marching, stepping and standing with the highest spirit to make sure that the people in the community is taken care of. That's what changing the narrative is all about. With that being said, community, we're 1 week away. It's almost there. It's the 3rd annual. Get ready. It's going to be some things happening. There's going to be some amazing blessings happening because all we do is bless the people. Don't let them tell you anything else. It's going to be money flying. It's going to be things happening. It's going to be giveaway. It's going to be impact. And that's what we do. We impact our people. I don't care what they say. Y'all know who step and stand with the people. You know the bishop is going to make sure the babies of the community get their due justice. We're going to make sure the community walk away. It's going to be a lot of smiles. You don't want to miss this one. It's going big. Always. We will make it happen. With that being said, we got a Sunday conversation happening this week. We got some DJs talking about music. What's going on? We're going to do it next Tuesday. Community, tune in. Next Tuesday, our young people are back. Our essay winners. Come listen to the young people. They got some amazing essays. Come find out why they are the winners. Come support the young people. Elders, make sure you tune in this Tuesday. Support the young people. They're coming to read their essays to the community. You'll see why they are the winners. These young people took the time. They poured their heart outs to make sure that they were the best in these essays, and even the ones who didn't win. Y'all know me. Even the ones that didn't win. Oh, they're going to win. We're going to have a good story. We're going to tell you what's going on because y'all know we believe in education. We believe in literacy. We believe that every young people who have a dream to win, to do something greater, we want to elevate them. There's no losers over here at both sides of the conversation. Everybody wins. Our young people, we're going to impact them. We're going to do an amazing, amazing gesture to uplift these young people, and they're going to be ecstatic. And we thank them for taking the time, following the directions, and doing what they need to be a part of this year's 2024 essay contest for our 3rd annual bowling event. It's going to be epic. I don't know where you're going to be at. You better be there. I don't know, community. You better sign up. Spaces is getting tight. Our buses is going to be running to get you there. There's no excuse. Show up. Come be with the bishop. Come holler at me. Come see what's going on. It's going to be a great event. We're looking forward to seeing all of the people. With that being said, thank you, community, for tuning in tonight. It's a long night. The rain is coming. The storm is here. But even in the storm, there's some great things happening when you get to the other side of the storm. Everybody will go through the storm. What will you do when you get to the other side of the storm? Hey, pack up your sandbags. Make sure you're doing everything you need to get prepared for these next 4 days of rain. And then next week, as we get ready to count down to our bowling event, they say the skies will be clear. It'll be cold, but it'll be clear. No rain. Should be a great day to come out and bowl with the bishop. I'll see y'all out there at the bowling alley. With that being said, good people, my good people, good night now. We love you. See y'all on Sunday.